Morning, you crazy kids. It's Thursday, September 20, 2018. You're watching the Daily Mix TV by Hill Story Marketing. Hi, my name is Sean Patrick Hillman. So, designer Orla Keely is voluntarily liquidating her company. They're closing their stores and their website. Now, Orla Keely is owned by Orla and her husband, and they said that the move is a result of, quote, various challenges it has faced over the last few years. Now, in the interest of full disclosure, I know Orla Keely. I've worked with her and her husband. Very smart woman, good businesswoman, incredible designer. A lot of folks in the U.S. don't know who Orla Keely is, but you will recognize her product. The brand is known for its prints inspired by the 1970s. Now, her core business is more home and design, those kinds of things, but she's closing her doors, yet when she built her business, she also started a licensing platform over it. This was a very smart move for her because it added ancillary revenue they weren't really thinking of when they started the company. According to them, they have stated that their home and design licensing business will not be affected by this liquidation. That is incredibly unusual. This is good news for licensees, though, because if you have an Orla Keely license, and now that Orla is not focused on her core business, that being the stores and the website, now she can actually support these licenses even more than she already has. So for the licensees, it's a boon. For those who've invested in the company, I don't know what's going on. I'm going to see if I can find out. I'm going to ask some questions. But at the end of the day, this actually might not be a bad move for Orla herself. Now, Amazon Go. I love this story. They're about to expand their presence in a big way and give the market's biggest convenience chain a run for their money, that being 7-Eleven. Amazon is considering a plan to roll out 3,000 new Amazon Go cashierless stores by 2021. Now, that would make it one of the biggest chains in the U.S. They're off to a very strong start. Now, remember, they had opened their first cashierless store to the public back in January. Prior to that, they did a year of testing with Amazon employees. Now, they're planning 10 locations by the end of this year, 50 throughout next year, and then so on in 2020 and 2021. It's a very smart move for them. They just opened their second location August 27th, although it is a little smaller and it features a more limited menu and shorter hours, but they're also opening a third in Seattle this month, as a matter of fact. Its newest store opened in Chicago this past Monday. So they're positioning its cashierless convenience store concept in dense urban areas populated by young, busy, affluent residents who are willing to spend a little more money than on typical fast food because the experience is better, the quality is better, and so on. So they're also looking at a dense multiple location and proximity strategy. So what does that mean? You know the old joke, there's a Starbucks and a Duane Reade on every corner in New York City? That's exactly what this type of initiative is. Now, remember, it's very smart for them because the concept is sound. You walk in the door, you scan your phone, the sensors in the store track your movements, and the sensors on the shelf track what you pull off, put them into a cart on your phone, and then when you walk out the door, it charges you. So it is very convenient, it's very smart. Congratulations to Bezos and company. Can't wait to see what you guys do next with this concept. Now, on Tuesday, I had this incredible meeting with a few friends on Wall Street at an investment banking firm. It was about funding for a client of ours who asked Hill Story to develop their business and help them to raise some capital. So remember, folks, not every project is appropriate or viable for investors, whether that's an investment bank, a venture capital firm, or even a friends and family office. Thankfully, what we presented was appropriate. But while I was presenting and speaking with the CEO and another gentleman there, I was reminded of so many folks who have come to me asking to help them raise capital that just didn't make sense for this type of ask. Always, always, always look at your business from a third-party perspective. Be brutally honest with yourself. If you had the money and you were on the other side of the table being presented what you're presenting, would you invest in it? Now, if you have a shred of doubt in that, start to ask friends in the community for advice. Always make sure you check your facts, you get your numbers audited, and you have all of your ducks in a row before you present. You always want to ask as many questions as possible so that the more that you know and understand, the smoother the process will go. You can be as efficient as possible. You can be fair to the people that you're asking to raise capital for you. Now, I happen to be lucky in that I've got a lot of contacts in this arena, and I found the perfect partner to go to for this, as well as some other things. So most aren't as fortunate, so make sure you've done your homework on the people you're meeting with. Be as respectful as you can, and always ask for referrals. You want to make sure that the people you're meeting with are the real deal. So to the folks I met with on Tuesday, thank you very much. Great meeting. Can't wait to see what we do together. For those who are seeking capital and trying to understand how that process works, do your homework. Do as much research as you can online, folks, and then start to ask your banker, your financial advisor, anybody who's been in that community. You want to get as much information as you can. Now, last night's season finale for America's Got Talent, Shin Lim, the close-up magician, took home the $1 million and earned himself a show in Vegas. AGT has had such an incredible year, and there really is a reason why it is the most watched talent show in entertainment today. Now, for this week's Throwback Thursday block, Sony is bringing back the PlayStation, one of the most popular video game platforms in history. Like Nintendo did about 2 years ago with the original NES, Nintendo Entertainment System, Sony's pushing out its own mini relaunch of the classic console. Now, also, one of the biggest entertainment franchises in history is celebrating its 34th anniversary. Do you remember this? Well, Transformers the cartoon was originally designed to sell Transformers toys. Now, normally the process is that you license out the name for toy manufacturers based on a successful franchise or entertainment property. Well, in this case, they went the other way around, and guess what? It worked incredibly well. So much so that the franchise has survived over 30 years and continues to grow today. Now, on a personal note, since we didn't have an episode yesterday, happy 15th anniversary yesterday to my beautiful wife, Kylie. You are my best friend. You are my partner. You are my everything. I love you, honey. My name is Sean Patrick Hillman. I'm the CEO of Hill Story Marketing. I'm also the editor-in-chief of the Daily Mix TV. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll catch you tomorrow when it's TGIF.